Here's what makes the difference between you feeling empowered and powerful and moving towards the things that light you up, to your purpose, to your fulfillment, and staying stuck under the mask of I'm doing the work. Okay, this is really that shift. This is something that I was just addressing with a private client, and I want to bring this in here because I see this way too common. There was this energy of like, yes, they're going in the right direction, and like, boom, they turned. I was like, no, don't turn. So I want to share this with you so that you are on track, so that you are there living in your purpose, your fulfillment, your bliss, because that is absolutely possible. And I'm going to show you how. I love this topic because it's so simple, and yet we miss it, and it just takes a little shift. So with this particular example, the client that I was speaking to had this realization, and they stood in this awareness so powerfully as they began saying, I just realized I don't feel comfortable with, in this person's case, it was social interactions. Like, I just don't like that. It does not bring me joy to be around other people. And that was a lot, right? Because for so many of us, it's like, well, you're a bad person then. Like, a good person does this. A good person is supposed to act this way and think this way and like these things and not like these things. That's what makes you a good person. And so it was this empowering energy. And I'm seeing this visual as I'm listening to them. The way I'm seeing this energy just flowing, they're like on the path. And they're like, this is my path. And I'm okay with it. And then they said something that made them turn. And I was like, you were so close. Like, it was right there. And the mind always needs to derail you, all right? So here's how to get out of that and to see your mind for what the BS that it's kind of putting you through. So as this person stood grounded in their truth, right, which is, I don't feel comfortable with that, and I just don't like it. They followed by saying, so I want to sit with that aspect of me, with the inner child, with the subconscious mind, and get curious. Why is this bringing this aspect so much pain? Which seemingly, it's great that they said that, right? Great self-awareness. This is shadow work. This is what we get to bring to awareness. Here's what happens so often, way too often. Just as you may have come across this whole thing in the personal development or spirituality, it's like you feel shitty and it's like, it's okay, positive, or like good vibes only, positive thinking, I'm going to push through this, let's talk myself into success. That is bypassing, right? Because there are these heavy emotions, or like you just don't want to do the shadow work, it's too uncomfortable. And so we go into everything's great, let's be positive. In the exact same way, the ego, the mind, the inner critic often uses shadow work to bypass joy, happiness, bliss. So there's this, instead of unconditional love and acceptance, let me fix another thing that's wrong with me. Let me point out this other flaw. Let's get curious about it. And then the one after that, and the one after that, and it never ends. It's really important to be mindful. Are you doing both? Because we often, sometimes like meditation, you're like, okay, I feel better, I feel more relaxed, and then you stop. And then it isn't until you're struggling again that you're like, I should get back to meditation. And then it's more difficult to start again, right? It's about the little things done consistently. That's how the shift happens. So the ego weaponizes the whole shadow work and personal development and spirituality to just keep you stuck in more lack and more things that are wrong with you. And so as this client, was standing on this path, like, hey, this is me, and I'm standing in this doesn't feel comfortable. Then there was this turn. Let me get myself more comfortable with this. So it's like, I'm accepting myself the way I am, but let's actually get curious to make myself different. And the visual that I introduced to this person was, imagine a physical child, like an actual child. And they're at a birthday party and all the kids are having fun, and this kid just feels out of place. They don't like interacting with other kids. They don't feel comfortable with this. there's a difference between saying, hey, they have cake there. Looks like they're having fun. Do you want to maybe try to make some friends? Do you want me to teach you how to make some friends? Do you want me to get a plate for you? Let's go together. You're not accepting the child's experience. You're still trying to kind of say, okay, well, I'm listening to you so that I can get you to do what I want you to do. Like, my target is to get you back to that party and to have fun because that's what I believe you should do. So what do I need to do with you to get you to that? That's not love. That's not accepting of self. And we do that with aspects of ourselves. Instead of accepting God, life source consciousness moving through us as it is, it's like this child's gift is not in interacting with others. Maybe they're more creative. Maybe they're more introspective. Maybe their gift to their family, their society, their community is actually going inward and creating something that does not require this close contact and relationship with others. What if they function differently? And you're taking away that gift by making them enjoy that which they don't. And so, as the client said that, and honestly, this is not a one size fits all. For some people, the work is in that. It's like, okay, this is uncomfortable, but I feel a calling, but I'm not sure about it. This is very individual. And again, this is like a one-on-one client that I've been working with for a while. And like you can't just watch a video and be like, oh, okay, I know which one's right. It's like, tune into what that means for you or work with someone. It doesn't have to be me. If you do want to work with me, there's details below to see free clarity call to see if this resonates with you, but it doesn't have to be me. Work with someone who can reflect this back to you, who can see your blind spots, because we can't see those often, all right? I know for me, I would not have gotten to where I am without teachers, without my mentors. If I just try to do this on my own, I wouldn't be here. So this is really important because we often cannot see it. And so it felt really empowering to this person as they say, yeah, I know that I identified this thing, and so I want to sit with myself to fix it. And I go with, what if you stop fixing it? What if you allow that? And what if you get curious about the experience of that? What if the way God, life source consciousness is moving through you is actually perfect? What if your gift is in that? And now, this ended up opening up something completely different and just amazing medicine for this person. But I'm not going to go into the details of that, even though there are several other videos. But what I want to bring in here is, are you there trying to fix without the balance of, I'm actually really good where I am right now? The last example I want to bring is in a relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship. There's a big difference between, okay, I'm here to understand you and try to see what's coming up for you. That versus, okay, what's coming up for you? Let's see how we can get you to get to agreeing with where I want you to go. That's not love, right? Like I said before. So this is what often keeps people stuck. There's this illusion, it's like the mind, the inner critic weaponizes personal growth, spirituality. I was like, oh, I'm making progress. And there's also the dopamine hit, which makes it even more tricky to come out of. I have that dopamine hit, but I'm actually stepping away from wholeness instead of coming into it. Okay, and this is tricky. Like I said, this is what I do in my private practice because this does take attunement and training that muscle. And I do this with my clients in 3 months, and it is absolutely possible to do that in such a short time, but it does take that conscious effort. So, letting me know, what are you hearing me say below? And actually, before we go, one of the ways that a free offering that I want to offer you here, one of the ways to tune into that and to practice that muscle of like, what is the balance between doing the work and being uncomfortable, but also surrendering into ease, into joy, into bliss. I have created for the next 21 days, starting June 1st until the summer solstice. This is no accidental. It's not an accident why I planned it this way. Is that stepping into our light. If you're there on the other side of the world, this is going into inner reflection. So whichever solstice you're celebrating, winter or summer, this is really potent to do these practices. Free audios every single day. They are under 10 minutes, and there's always a practical step with each one. Sign up below. There's a link in the description. It's transformational and it will support you in creating that balance. So that is the free offering. Again, no strings attached, completely free, and just there in your inbox for 21 days. And I want to hear from you. What are you hearing me say? Let me know down in the comments what stood out for you in this video. What is it that you're hearing me say, and how does it translate into your own experience? Are you there trying to fix it, or are you there going into like, oh no, nothing needs fixing, but then feeling like, why is there a stagnation, perhaps? All right, so what resonates for you, let me know. I thank you for being here, and I'm wishing you a powerful day.